Okay, let's talk about it. Before there was prestige TV, before reality show empires took over our screens, there was this one apartment complex, 416 Melrose Place. From the outside, it looked pretty normal, right? But inside, oh, it was a total pressure cooker of ambition, backstabbing, and just ridiculously over-the-top drama that completely rewrote the rules for primetime TV.
This show wasn't just entertainment. It was a full-blown cultural moment. It took the classic nighttime soap opera, a genre already known for big drama, and just cranked the volume all the way up to 11. It created the blueprint for that scandalous, can't-miss-it TV that would basically define the entire 90s.
But, and this is the wild part, it absolutely did not start out that way. Not even close. Believe it or not, Melrose Place started its life as a spin-off of the huge hit Beverly Hills 90210. And it was designed to be the more mature, more grounded, and, let's be honest, the much more boring older sibling.
I mean, the contrast here is just everything. The show kicked off with these very self-contained, almost wholesome stories about young people just trying to pay their rent in LA. But that is not the show that became a global phenomenon. It morphed into something else entirely, a nonstop thrill ride of pure, serialized insanity.
Just look at these early plot points. Finding a roommate, a pregnancy scare, getting mugged. I mean, sure, these are relatable problems, but they weren't exactly making people rush to their TVs every week. The storyline with Matt's firing was definitely groundbreaking for the time, but overall, the stakes just felt so low. Audiences, well, they just weren't biting.
So yeah, after that first season, the show was in deep, deep trouble. That whole safe, grounded approach had totally backfired. The network had a ratings emergency on its hands, and Melrose Place was staring right down the barrel of cancellation.
And just how bad was it? Get this. For its first season, the show ranked a dismal 112th in the Nielsen ratings. In the world of network television, that's basically a death sentence. Something had to change, and it had to change fast.
But then, look at this. This chart shows the incredible turnaround. Viewership jumped by nearly 3 million people between Season 1 and Season 2. That doesn't just happen by accident. So, what was the secret weapon? Or maybe I should say, who was the secret weapon?
The producers finally realized their cast of nice, normal people was the problem. The show desperately needed some conflict, some real edge. They needed someone to come in and just light a match under the whole thing.
They had tried to make a show about friends and neighbors just navigating life together. It was sweet, it was earnest, and it was failing, spectacularly. So they made a brilliant, calculated decision. If nice isn't working, let's try the exact opposite.
And that is when Heather Locklear strutted onto the scene as Amanda Woodward. She wasn't just a villain. She was an icon from her very first line. She was sharp, she was powerful, and she was completely unapologetic. She was the spark that lit the fuse for the entire series.
Her impact was immediate and honestly, seismic. She shows up as Allison's new boss, promptly buys the entire apartment complex, making her everyone's landlord, and instantly becomes the center of power. And get this, even though she was billed as a special guest star for her entire run, she was the undeniable star of the show, earning 4 Golden Globe nominations and single-handedly changing the show's DNA overnight.
See, Amanda's arrival wasn't just about adding a new character. It was a complete philosophical shift for the show. It was like they finally got permission to get messy, to go big, and to fully embrace the glorious, chaotic potential of a primetime soap opera. The new formula for success was beautifully simple and just wildly effective. Step 1. Turn your heroes into villains. Looking at you, Dr. Michael Mancini. Step 2. Bring in a truly iconic, completely unhinged psycho like Dr. Kimberly Shaw. Her return from the dead is still one of the greatest moments in TV history. And the cliffhangers? They went from will they or won't they to who literally blew up the building? The answer was always more drama.
Okay, just compare this to that Season 1 timeline. We went from a stolen wallet to a man being buried alive. From a simple pregnancy scare to a near-death vision quest featuring angel and demon ex-wives. This is the escalation. This is the glorious, beautiful chaos that got millions of us completely hooked, week after week.
This whole evolution is what cemented Melrose Place as the definitive super soap of the 90s. It wasn't just telling stories anymore, it was creating spectacles. It perfected the art of the insane plot twist and the jaw-dropping season finale, and it set a brand new standard for primetime drama.
And that's exactly why, all these years later, the show's legacy is so strong.
It was never just a campy, guilty pleasure. It tapped into this very specific 90s craving for glossy, high-stakes escapism. In a world before the internet, this was the show everyone was talking about at work the next day. It was a masterclass in serialized storytelling that just knew its audience wanted glamour, intrigue, and non-stop conflict.
And you can really see its unique magic when you look at the reboot they tried in 2009. Even though they brought back some of the original cast, it just couldn't recapture that lightning in a bottle. It was canceled after one season, which just goes to show you that the original's mix of characters and crazy storylines was a very specific and very potent cocktail.
So what was it, really? Why does this show, with its increasingly bananas plots, still hold such a special place in pop culture history? Why are we still obsessed with Amanda, Kimberly, and Michael all these years later?
It's because the show was completely and totally fearless. It understood that the heart of great drama isn't always realism. Sometimes it's just pure, unadulterated escapism. It was exactly what this quote says: messy, glamorous, outrageous, and unforgettable. It was a perfect storm of drama, and honestly, television has never been quite the same.
Thanks for watching. If you loved reliving the drama, tap like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments which soap opera we should explore next.